Welcome to the Litterbox, where we dig through the mess to find the stories, laughs, and unexpected moments that make life interesting. I'm Trent Anderson, your guide through the clutter, ready to uncover something fun today. Let's get it started. Before we get started here, folks, we got to talk about the new happy place in Beaumont, Smash Wagon. Located at 2140 Calder Avenue, these guys are doing Texas street food at its best. We're talking about those crispy edge double smash burgers, salmon bowls, and that Lily Box, which is a double smash burger with 5 wings. They've even got crawfish, boudin, egg rolls. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, so pull up to Calder and tell them the Litterbox sent you. Call them at 409-299-9299. And next up, we also got Mike's Furniture. You can find Mike's Furniture at 2420 Memorial Boulevard in Port Arthur. I've got my furniture there myself, and I'm telling you, they got the best deals out there. Hands down. They carry a wide variety of name brand furniture that fits all budgets at great prices. Mike's Furniture, we beat all prices. Go holler at Big Mo out there and tell him I sent you. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the Litterbox. This is Season 2, Episode 2, and I'm sitting here today with Mr. Gary Saurage, the founder of Gator Country. You guys have seen this man all over the screen. He's been on CMT's Gator 911, Animal Planet, A&E, and his newest show, Texas Gator Savers on EarthX TV. Mr. Gary?
Hey, glad to be here, man. Thanks.
It's good to have you, brother. And before we get into the story, I was thinking about my guest last week, Damon West, who y'all saw. Damon's whole mission is about helping people face their inner monsters and transform their lives. But as I'm sitting here today, I realized something about Gary. He's doing the opposite. And it's just as important. While Damon is saving people from their monsters, Gary is out here saving the monsters from people. I mean, people get scared. They see an alligator, Gary, in their yard. They want to pull the trigger. A lot of these country folk around here.
Well, they do, but you know what? I think it's both ways. I saved the person and the animal. I have had grandmas inside their car with an alligator under it that was in their driveway. So trust me,
You're saving the people too.
Right.
Okay, it works both ways. But I know you're the guy that comes in before they want to do all that shooting stuff, and you say, "Not so fast, my friend." I mean, you give the gator another chance. So I like to do a thing or a saying on my show where I talk about, let's get to the meat and the potatoes. And that's kind of the main part of where it all begins. Where did this all start, Gary? Were you out there as a young kid catching gators, or did you grow up like a regular kid, living a normal life and a normal, 9 to 5?
Well, I did have a fascination. You know, I grew up in North Louisiana, in Monroe, Louisiana.
Okay.
That's where I grew up. Now, I was born in Texas, but my mother was from up there. So
yeah.
Anyway, we would get on the bayous, and we'd catch the little baby alligators, you know, as kids when we was fishing. And I had a fascination with them. I didn't know it would turn into this, though.
Yeah.
We did. We caught alligators, you know, when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, and we'd play with them and let them back go in the bayou. But this was just different. When I came home from the military, I used to hunt coyotes for all the ranchers out in Hampshire and Fournette. And all that.
Okay.
And one night we were hunting coyotes. I was looking in a night vision, and we were right on the bayou there. And I watched a 10-foot alligator come out of the water and grab a baby calf. And we had filmed it on what we were hunting with.
Yeah.
And we were hunting for coyotes. The next day, I showed this landowner this alligator doing that. And he gave me tags. He said, "Go move those alligators.
Go get them suckers."
And, you know, I spent a year or so, a season hunting alligators. But that wasn't just no fun. You know, you just put a hook up there and they come up there and get it. I mean, that just wasn't fun. To me, jump out of the boat on his ass.
Go get him.
And catch him.
Go get him.
That's what was more fun to me.
No, and it's funny you say that. I've had people ask me before, Gary, they say, "Come gator, I got you a tag, come gator hunt with me." And I said, "Okay, we get in the boat, we spotlight, what are we doing?" Said, "Nope, it's already on the hook.
Sure.
We're going to drive a boat up to it and take it out."
Right.
And I thought to myself, ain't a whole lot of fun in that.
Well, let me.
So
I need to
I'm
make
agreeing
this
with you.
first. The first thing is, listen, hunting is a huge part of conservation, right? Like, you've got to hunt the. If you didn't hunt the animals, we'd have white-tailed deer all over I-10, right?
Exactly.
You've got conservation is hunting, so I get the hunting part of the alligators. I'm just saying it's not for me. It just wasn't no fun.
Right.
I mean, he's on a hook. What do you want to do? And then you shoot it.
You got to have a little action.
I ain't gonna be swamp people trying to make it move. On the hook. I mean, look, y'all know TV.
Shoot 'em.
You know, right?
Shoot
and
'em.
I'm all good with that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything bad about anybody. I'm just telling you, it just wasn't for me.
Yep.
I wanted to learn to catch them live. Listen, when you crawl into a culvert, a 100-yard culvert under a football field.
Yep.
And it's a 9.5 to 10-foot alligator. It's just you and that alligator and nowhere to go. That's when you find out what's in your heart.
You find out if you're a man or not.
Absolutely.
That's where you find out right there.
No question.
But so when you bought this property, which is now Gator Country, I believe it was 2005
It was.
era. Did you ever think it would come to this when you bought that property? What was your goals, or what were you thinking when you bought the property?
I guess I probably wasn't thinking.
I mean,
but the thing is,
you didn't think it would come to what it is now.
there's no way. No way. Who would have known this would have led to, 70 national TV shows, 2 other alligator parks, the love of my life. I mean, who would have thought it would have led to this? However, what I did want to do, though, I had a passion for educating people on alligators. See, alligators get a bad rap. I'm gonna give you this example. A lot of people say a cottonmouth will chase you. I don't care who wants to argue with me on that. They will not. What a cottonmouth will do is sit back and hold his ground. He'll open his mouth at you. That's why
he's going to defend himself.
He's going to defend himself. Yep. But that snake is not going to chase you down the road. It ain't going to happen. I don't care who wants to argue with me on that. And they always thought the American alligator would eat people too. Now, I ain't saying it don't never happen, but you look at the odds. We have 7 million alligators in this country along the Gulf Coast.
Yep.
The actual stat of deaths per year by alligator attack
what is it?
0.03.
It's just not happening?
No, well, I'm not saying it doesn't ever.
Zero. I mean,
I'm
0.0.
not saying never.
Yep.
But I will tell you this. I sit on a board that studies fatal attacks across the country, and I'm going to tell you something. Every time we study one, it's got one thing in common. You know what that is?
What is it?
They've been hand-feeding the alligator. Every time.
Hell, to take it a little bit local, was it? I'm trying to think of this one down here. A guy jumped in that water at that restaurant. Help me out.
Let me tell you the story about
trying
that.
to think of, not Dorothy's Front Porch, the one that we got over there.
Cow Bayou in Orange.
Cow Bayou.
Let me tell you something.
He jumped in.
I had the control number to catch that alligator that day.
That same one?
That same exact 11-foot 3-inch alligator. If you don't believe that,
I didn't know he was that big.
Look at the article. I hooked that alligator, and the landowner, it was a little hamburger joint right there that had a little pier. And I hooked that alligator, and I'm going to tell you what, that alligator spooled me. I normally when it's a big gator like that, I'll take a boat to catch him so he can't get away from me. But that day I didn't, and I hooked it, and that alligator went back to the marsh. When I seen him going to the marsh, I told that landowner, I said, you need to put up signs. I said, the alligator's been hand-fed.
You already knew right out the gate.
Absolutely. And he did. And the guy did do that. The owner of that restaurant put up signs. I guess just bad luck for the alligator and the guy that night. The guy just went to go swimming. And
jumped on him.
He did.
He jumped on him.
It was a reactionary bite. I know bites. We saw him. Went to the autopsy. The alligator bit the guy around here.
You did. You went to the autopsy.
Yeah. I went and seen the body. And after he bit it, you can see the marks from the arm to the chest. It right there. Well, what happened was the alligator took him and went under. The cause of death wasn't being eaten by an alligator.
Drowned him.
It was drowning. Here's the thing. He did bite the arm off, but it was too late. Had he bit the arm off immediately,
he still would have made it.
He would have
most likely.
Right. Anyway, bad situation. I teach people, do not feed alligators. The guy that jumped in the water that night didn't mean to do that. It was an accident.
Yeah.
He didn't see
it was
the
just
alligator.
kind of a freak accident.
And
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Well, Gary, I really wanted to ask you this. How cool is it to be on TV? Now, I know you've done this for a while now, so it's just, another day, but it's got to be a pretty cool gig. It's got to be a pretty cool thing.
First off, I'll tell you this. You don't make the money that people think you make.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of work. When I tell you from can to can't, and then the voiceovers, and most people on here probably don't even know what we're talking about when I say voiceovers, but you do a TV show, and the cameras can't get everything.
Yep.
So sometimes you have to, after you do the show, now you got to watch the show.
And talk.
And talk.
After
and
the
make it
fact.
match. Yeah.
I got you. Well, I'm a big fan, and this YouTube channel is about the closest thing I got to being on TV. I haven't been on TV like that. With that being said, if you ever need an extra, Gary, if you ever need somebody in the background, I'm your guy. Just don't let me get eaten.
No, I don't want to do that.
I mean, speaking of getting eaten, I'm a pretty big fella, so I don't know what gators would think about me in the water. I don't know if they're going to think I'm a manatee of some sort, or I can eat on that guy for a couple months. I don't know what's in their mentality, but I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, TV's a lot of fun. It is.
Yeah.
And there's so much work that goes into until the night when it first airs. You know what I mean? Like from the day you first start the new season all the way until you have the airing party.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. This past one with Earth X, I got to share that with Shannon. That was her real first full season. Now she's done other shows, but full season, she got to do that with me, and it was exhausting work. I mean, she'll tell you that it takes a lot to do that.
And that's the thing. People just watch the show and say, man, this is fun. I want a camera just follow me around like that. But there's a lot of work that goes into it, like you said.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, you're probably staying up late. There's a lot of grind going into it. And, hey, let's redo this shot. I'm sure that happens a lot. It ain't going to go smooth on the first deal. Let's redo that again.
Well, the thing is, if we were in a studio and we were just being actors,
that's something different.
That's okay to do again. You don't understand. When I'm underwater with an 8-foot alligator, I really don't want to do that.
We can't really redo that sometimes.
Right. We really don't want to do that again.
And on that note, I know a guy. I won't mention any names. He likes to jump on them.
No.
He's one of them redneck guys, and he'll get in the boat and I can jump on that one, and he'll do it. And he jumps on them. He don't really have any limits. He says, I know you probably don't either when it comes to messing with them as far as limits goes, but I have my limits. If they're bigger than my hand, I'm probably not going to mess with it, Gary. I'm not going to jump out of the boat because I had an instance, and it was about a year ago that I was in the marsh, and we found a little baby gator. I might have had a beer or two.
Oh, come on.
And I think this thing might have been born an hour before. And I put my finger in its mouth, messing with it. Bit the hell out of me.
They bite.
And it felt like little daggers going on. Gary, I'd never been in so much pain. And this was a little baby one. So I don't want nothing to do with the big one after that. Ooh. I know them little baby teeth were tough, but drew blood. And I said, nope, nothing to do. But this guy I'm talking about, he'll jump on all kinds of them. He needs to be careful because eventually he's going to run into one that he ain't going to be able to wrestle in the water.
We'll get to my injury stories here in a little bit. I'm sure everybody wants to hear that. But I can tell you now, after the alligator gets over 7 foot, it possesses 3,000 pounds per square inch, right? You don't understand, that's massive. That is like, I can't even tell you how bad that hurts.
No, that is.
It's crazy. And the number one thing you don't ever let the alligator do after it bites is what?
Roll.
Roll
with it, right?
You better roll with it, or you better have
your arms going with it.
You better have a team of people to get on it and stop it. If that animal rolls and you're situated, it's like a wrestling move at that point. Whatever he's got in his mouth's coming off. It is what it is. They are that powerful, and I'm gonna tell you, you cannot stop that roll. What they do, they thrust.
No matter how strong you are, I guess.
I
right?
don't care how strong you are.
It's going.
They thrust that head on the ground, and they'll take that tail and they'll work it together. You're not stopping that roll.
And that's where I was gonna get with you, Gary. I was gonna get on this about right now, saying, speaking of getting bit, I know you've been chewed on a couple times. I'm sure you got some scars. You're out there wrestling these 1,000-pound dinosaurs. I want to know what's the worst thing that's happened to you out there as far as injury goes. Or you might have multiple.
Yeah, I'm finna say I can't just give you one. I'll make them short and sweet. But both of my thumbs.
I want to hear some stories.
Have been put back on my hands, both thumbs, and they hurt, and they still hurt today because of that. And I'll get into why in a minute. But the worst single injury I ever had was on my right Achilles tendon. I was in Fredericksburg, Texas, doing a show at the Cajun Fest. I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 people there.
Yeah.
And I had a 9-foot alligator on stage. And I do a show to where I take the tape off his mouth and do my thing. Well, normally when an alligator comes around, they'll come and swing one way. Normally it's to the right. I jump the alligator's tail. Well, when I jumped this alligator's tail, immediately came back to the left. And his last 2 inches of his tail went through my boot and through my right Achilles tendon. Right there in front of it.
The tail could. I didn't know the tail could do that much damage.
Man, look.
It went through the boot.
Here's what happened. It didn't go through the boot. What happened was the way I was standing, My Achilles tendon was like a straw that you twist. It was real tight, and it popped it, and it sent it all the way underneath my knee. True.
So your Achilles is done.
Done.
And that's a bad injury. A buddy of mine just had a rupture. Ooh. So you was out for a year or however long.
It was
or
8
close.
Months. It took me 8 months to walk right.
And
that was horrible.
That's mind blowing. That's the thing is people don't realize how powerful their tails are too.
Yes, sir.
Them tails can knock you out if it gets a hold of you.
They're so fast.
And I do want to ask too, the ones that have got you, that have bit you, and stuff like that, is there like a moment where you want to get vengeance on that thing? Or is it kind of like, I want to know if those ones that got you good are still in your sanctuary right now, or did you make a pair of boots out of them?
Well, let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care how hard you punch an alligator in the face, you're going to lose. You're going to break your hand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Really, both thumbs have been put back on my hands, and those are the ones that hurts the worst.
They put the thumbs back?
Yeah, you can see all the way to here. They both been done. But if you're just to break a bone, that bone heals, right? Mm-hmm. You know what the problem is tendons. When they're stretched and
they're tearing.
You live with that. You cannot. There's no.
That ain't just healing back normal like that.
Don't do it.
And it's funny you say that about your thumbs. I was actually reading up, doing some research on you, and I didn't know how true. So I wanted to find out today. And it said Gary has lost both of his thumbs. Mm-hmm. So I said, hold on.
So you're looking at my hands?
I went watch some videos.
I had my hand.
And I said, the son of a gun's got his thumbs.
Yeah.
I said, they're full of it. But then when you just told me, no, they put them back.
But look,
and I said, oh, my God.
They don't bend. They fake.
But you can still use them.
Well, it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like that's okay.
But it's better not having nothing. But
no, I agree.
But was it the same gator that did both?
No,
or was
not.
It okay?
This one, the one on the left hand, I was in Taylor's Bayou. We were doing an experiment for Texas Parks and Wildlife. What we wanted to do is we wanted to learn how to do a slot limit like redfish.
Yep.
For the hunters. So I was the guinea pig, and we started using wooden dowel rods that were on the rope.
Yeah.
With the chicken.
Uh-huh.
That way it would hold in their palatal valves, and you can get in there and measure them before you shot them, right? So we have a slot limit.
I got you.
Well, we had an 8'2" on the line, and it was stuck. It was working, right? The dowel rod was holding. So
right.
I got a little cocky, and I got in the water with it. Well, I didn't want to kill it, so I was going to catch it, and I was going to cut the line as close as we could to the palatal valve so he could swallow it and digest it, right?
Yeah.
I went to do that. That chicken popped out of his neck, pow!
And got you right there.
I'm in Taylor's Bayou with an 8'2" alligator on my hand like this.
And I guess you can say that you're lucky that it just got the thumb.
I agree. No, I do agree.
Glass half full.
Because he let go. You know what I'm saying? He got a roll, about a half a roll in. I was able to pin him up against the boat. And then this is all going on. Of course, everybody in the boat's freaking out. And
how'd you get the thumb back?
Alligator just, I don't know how to tell you that. He just let go. After he messed it all up, he had chewed on it for a minute.
Man. And then what about the other thumb?
The other one, I was headed to do a show. We ain't even talked about our roadshow tours yet. We'll get there in a minute.
Okay.
We were headed to do a show in Waco, Texas. And there was an AT&T gal down 365 that found an alligator.
Yeah.
Almost 6-foot alligator. And he's trying to work on his pole, and this alligator won't let him bite his pole. So I get the call, and I run down there, and I'm in a hurry. I've already got my trailer packed up to go to Waco. All the animals are ready to go to the road show. So I was going to be in a hurry. And long story short, I went to catch this alligator, and it did a double jump. It jumped again, and when it did, it latched onto my right one. And it got me in the air, and Mr. AT&T over here is filming like it's funny. Right? I'm like, oh, hell no. So I got the alligator in the air, and he's got the whole video.
So you got somebody's got some good snapshots.
Mr. AT&T got it. Anyway,
AT&T's got it.
Over, and when I tell you I landed on, I had him upside down, and I landed with my right knee right in the middle of his stomach, and he decided to let go. I put that 180 pounds on everything I had on that alligator.
So it wasn't off, but he
tore it.
He tore
look,
good.
it was laying flat.
Oh.
It wouldn't work. Like it was just flimsy. Anyway.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that, guys.
That's the second injury, but
I wasn't ready for that.
But I got to tell you though, the Achilles took the longest.
That was the worst one you think.
Yeah, I don't wish that injury on my ex-wife.
So, let's talk about the legends you got, Gary. You got Big Al and Big Tex out there.
We do, man. We do.
And the original legend, Big Al.
He is
13'4" is what I read.
He is
around that
No, that's exactly
weighing around 1,000. He might be bigger than that now, or
I'm gonna
maybe
give
a
Big
little
Al.
less.
I think Big Al got the chubby. Yeah, he's about 1,100.
Whew. And he's been around since the beginning, right? He was one of the first ones in there.
He was back before I had Gator Country. It was an old farm. And the guy called him in 1984.
1984. And that son of a gun's probably going to outlive all of us, too.
You know, he's in great shape. It's amazing how he puts on a great show. He'll lunge at you, jaw pop at you like he's going to kill you. All he wants is the chicken. But
now, this is a dumb question, Gary, but as long as he's known you, will he still hurt you?
He'll squash your head like a watermelon. He don't care.
Even though he's seen you every day for 20-something years, he don't give a dang.
He's an alligator. He's got his boundaries. If you'll stay in front of him and feed him and do what you're supposed to, he's fine. You get on the left, right. Remember, I train everybody. Handle an alligator from the front.
Not the side.
Don't get on that side. It's like a parenthesis.
He can still see you, though.
Absolutely. Can he see you in front of him?
I would think. I don't know. He can't see you in front of him.
Very, very limited.
But from the side, he sees you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about how their eyes are positioned.
They're on the side of their head.
They can't see very well right here. Like right now, if you look at your nose, can you see it?
I got a big old nose on me, so I might be able to see it.
But anyway, think about this though. But if you step to our side, we see you really good, right?
Yeah.
It's even worse with an alligator.
That's great. That's good information. I just didn't know about that. So then you got Big Al, you got Big Tex.
Set the world record with Big Tex.
And you set the world record with Big Tex. And you got him in 2016, from what I understand, from the Trinity River National Wildlife Refuge.
That's correct.
And so Tex is a monster too, 13 foot 8 or close to 14 foot, whatever.
We measured him last year. He's 14 even. Right. Yeah. Now he's not quite as chubby as Al, but he's.
Do them two
Lord,
mess with each other, or they don't want nothing to do with each other?
I looked over here because Shannon's sitting right here.
Yeah.
We've seen them have a fight between the fence last year because they're right next to each other, right next door.
Do they typically not want to mess with each other?
No, typically not. But you give them that 1 or 2 weeks during that rut, and I call it rut.
They'll do it?
Whoa, man.
What's that like in there?
Well, Texas.
Do they tear into each other?
Texas is a lot younger, and he would win the fight. There's no because of his youth.
Yeah.
But Big Al,
Big Al's gonna still take a chunk out of it.
Damn right. No, it's a heck of a deal. We have literally seen them almost tear down the fence.
So I mean, I guess Big Al's like the grumpy old man, and you got
Absolutely.
Tex. He's kind of the young buck,
Right.
going in there. And how do you even, when you caught Tex? I'm trying to think of it. His size and how big he was. How do you even begin to move a 900-pound dinosaur like that? How do you move something that big around, Gary?
He wasn't easy. And I wrote this whole story. Scales and Scars is the name of my book that's out. You can find it on Amazon and all the places. But I tell this story, and I tell it in depth in that book. And we don't have time here for me just to tell the whole story, but I will tell you this. He was at a wildlife refuge, and he was getting too friendly to people. They had been feeding it, obviously. He'd been there for years, and people knew he was a massive, big alligator. Well, he had bad timing. There was an elderly lady that was crabbing at the boat dock, and she going back to her vehicle to get some more chicken or whatever, and he followed her up the boat ramp.
Oh, my God.
And there happened to be the wrong set of eyes there that day. The federal game warden was there and saw that, and they called me and said, you have 3 days to catch him or we're going to kill him.
You had to go get him?
Yeah. So we did. We were able to use his being hand-fed against him. I mean, I had to get in the water about chest deep.
And feed him.
I had another guy behind me throwing chicken. And I got in the water, and he finally swam through my lasso. It was a long process.
Yeah.
But when we got him, I have a big college internship that works with us. Mm-hmm. And on his first day, this guy's name is Dan. On his first day, I took him on his call. First day in Beaumont, right?
Yeah, you broke Dan in.
And when I caught Tex, that line, you could hear it just pop. And it's a lasso, right?
Yeah.
Well, Dan had smart enough to take it around a tree for me. Saved my life. He wrapped it around a tree because I was going skiing. He was
taking you with him.
I wouldn't let go of him, though. I knew it was a world record. I wouldn't let go.
You was hanging on.
I was going to take
He said I was going skiing.
Yeah.
So I also saw, correct me if I'm wrong, I was looking up on some information on Big Al and them, and he's basically like the groundhog of Texas. I saw something about you feeding him elk steak and stuff to see if it's going to be an early spring and all that. Is that a thing?
Well, here's the real story about that. That overgrown groundhog they got up north.
Yeah.
That say he lives on the ground.
Yeah,
That's a bunch of lying. Listen, an alligator is cold-blooded, right?
Okay. Okay.
What do they got to have to warm up? Don't say a blanket.
A heater.
They got to have the sun, right?
Yeah.
Now think about this. If their body core temperature is not getting warmer, they can't eat. It doesn't work. That's called the first stage of what? Hibernation. Right.
Yeah, hibernation.
So when that happens, if they're not coming out of that, they're not going to eat. If they eat during cold, that food will rot in their stomach, causing infection.
Oh, I did not know that.
They truly know when they can start eating. So that's why I started that back. I think we started that back in 15 every year the Weather Channel comes and it's a big deal. Like Big Al ain't been wrong yet.
Hey, Greg Bostwick.
That's right.
Wherever you're at, be careful.
He'll
careful.
tell you.
Job security ain't too secure with Big Al.
Well, Big Al's right more than 50% of the time, Greg.
But I was watching one of your episodes last night, and it was funny. Y'all were trying to catch a big giant gator in this culvert. It was a big culvert, and one of the guys, I don't remember who you were with at the time, but he kept calling it a she. Over and over and over. There she is. Hey, she needs to, we need to, and you finally said, hey, how the hell do you know it's a she? And I was cracking up laughing. It was just something simple as that. It got me laughing, and it got me thinking. How do you know if it's a he or she? I haven't been that close to him to even see. Does the male have excuse my French, do they have a ding-a-ling? How do you know? I've never been that close to see if it's a male or female.
Well,
I'm guessing they got, I don't know how much digging
you got. One over and look.
I hadn't. Is it there?
If you flip an alligator over and look, you ain't going to see no genitals.
You ain't going to see nothing.
Nothing. You know why?
Okay, see, that was a good question, y'all. I knew it was.
Because it's inside. Everything is internal. You have to.
So you don't really know by looking,
yes,
or you will know.
No, if the alligator's under 8 foot, I don't know.
You have no clue.
But females normally don't get over 8. Now the males will get up to 14. So there's your first clue on a big gator, right?
What about if they're 3 foot? You don't have any clue, really.
You don't. The only way you do is lick your finger, put it in there.
That ain't the.
No, it is.
That ain't the thing.
It is the thing.
That's what you got to do?
Yeah.
Gary.
You got to probe the alligator. You either going to feel something or you ain't.
God,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you feel something, then it's a male.
I was thinking about this last night. I was like, how the hell do they know? That's what was funny when you were saying you don't know if it's a he or a she or what. They got me thinking about that.
Well, I saw that alligator that you're talking about on that episode.
It was in a culvert.
Gator 911.
And that was I was watching that one. I was on the edge of my seat on that one.
It was a stud alligator. It was over 9 foot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, why you call? Because he knows better.
Why are you calling that a she?
Right. But now, very, very seldom, but it can happen that a female goes maybe 9 foot.
Yeah.
Max.
I did not know that. That's good to know.
Everybody, and I'm going to tell you, all of our years taking calls, they will say, oh, she's a big one. She's 11 foot. If it's 11 foot, it ain't no she.
It's a world record if it is.
There ain't no doubt. Yeah.
I was going to ask you something just a little off top. So we talk about gators a lot. In your tenure yet, I know they don't really have them here. It's more Africa and all that. Have you been around a crocodile yet, Gary?
I've got 8 crocodiles at Gator Country.
See, I didn't know you had crocodiles.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have to take it a hair easier on them guys than you do the gators? Can you treat them the same? I always think in my head, you always know, everybody says, crocodiles are way worse than gators. They're going to do more damage.
Well, first off, we got to talk about this.
Okay.
What is the biggest difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
It's their snout.
No, it's a spelling.
We'd like to pop into your show today to show some love to the guys that show me love. Avenue Axe in Port Neches, Texas. Hey, it's football season here, folks, and there's no better place to watch the games. Avenue Axe has huge screens, mouth-watering eats, and the best cocktails in Southeast Texas. They've won Best of the Best Port Arthur for mixed drinks and family entertainment. Best of the Best Beaumont Sports Bar. If you're into true craft cocktails, clarified cocktails, and high-quality bar food, this is the place to be, folks. Tell them the Litterbox sent you. Holler at my boy Garrett. And, of course, the Dude's Foods, home of the smash burger with edges so crispy they deserve their own fan club. They're serving bold, made fresh comfort food done right. Smash burgers, po' boys, beef tips, and etouffee that actually hits. If you're tired of weak lunches and flavorless food, Fix that at the Dude's Foods, located at 2119 Nederland Avenue in Nederland, Texas. Pull up hungry and leave full, and tell them the house cat sent you. Enjoy the show, folks. I know it's the snout, too, though.
Want to see you after a while and want to see you later. But what I'm saying is, you are right about the snout. Okay, let's do that.
That's what I know about the snout.
But
tell them apart.
I play that joke because really there are 23 different species of crocodilians around the world. Let's talk about crocodilians real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
There's 4 subspecies. Name them. Alligator.
Crocodile. You got, God dog it, it's those small ones that jaguars are always getting. Starts with caimans.
Caimans. One more. It's got a really long snout from the Middle Eastern part of the world, and they outgrow any crocodile.
Well, I was thinking of gars, but
that's close. The real name.
What's that one?
Gharials.
Gharials. See, I don't know much about those.
They're really big. They can grow to 21 foot, but they're just fish catchers. They have no jaw pressure. Now they got 111 teeth.
Yeah.
But they're not human eaters at all.
Yeah.
Okay? They're just fish catchers.
Right.
Anyway, with that said, the biggest difference between an alligator and the crocodile really is the jaw makeup. But you understand, when you ask me which one's more aggressive, there's a whole bunch of them out there. So
different types.
The way that it works, number 1, saltwater croc. Number 1, man-eater. He'll just get you just to get you.
And don't you have the Nile?
Then there's a Nile. And number 3 is the American alligator.
Okay.
After that, it's a mugger crocodile, and it just keeps going down.
Yeah. So do you have to treat any of the crocs different?
You do. We had one years ago. It was called a Cuban crocodile.
Yeah.
They're on the endangered species list. It passed away. That's why I said he used to have it.
Right.
But it was the meanest darn thing. I got it from the Bronx, New York Zoo. There was a concrete barrier for this exhibit that came up about this high, and another fence on the inside. Well, the crocodile, they didn't know it, but the crocodile got out of the fence on the inside. And there was a guy, the curator for the reptiles, had his arm over the concrete one and moved his arm out. He did not know that croc was there. Cuban crocs are known to be jumpers, and they can jump.
It leaped at him?
Incredible. Took his whole arm off from his shoulder. Boom. I ended up with that crocodile in Beaumont, right? Yeah. So we took it in, and we actually did that one on CMT. But here's the thing. When you went in that exhibit, I told you no less than 2 people because it tracks you. You would walk in, and it would track you. It would learn you. You had to watch that crocodile.
Really?
Now, it wasn't their max was 9 foot, so it wasn't big enough to.
Well, to me, that's pretty gigantic. But
you're talking about these saltwater crocs that are 16, 17
yeah,
foot.
It ain't getting as big. Yeah.
Right. But it would show enough bites you just to watch you run.
Well, thank God they don't get 16 foot is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Cuban crocs are bad.
But, Gary, I saw a video, and I want to talk about this one. I also saw a video, had over 1 million views.
I know where you're going.
You probably know where I'm going with this. And we're going to show the folks that right now. And let me show you guys what I saw. And, Gary, I'm going to need you to, if you don't mind, walk me through this. What I'm seeing right here on this screen right there. You got to be kidding me, Gary.
I built an alligator suit. Now, right there coming out of the water, it doesn't hold straight. But now when you're floating in the water, it looks totally
I want to know what your plan B is right there if he lunges at you.
Well, right there, that's an 11-foot alligator. And if you listen to the video, I'm trying to show you that only a certain time of year are you going to get challenged by alligators, right? Only a certain time of year. There was 45 alligators in that pond right there, and I showed how to get close to them. On this one, we're going to do it on the land. I crawled up to this one. I want to see, could I really touch it without it running away? That was the goal.
And look how close you're getting to it. If you don't have that gator head on, he ain't letting you get that close.
He would already ran and jumped, right? That was my point.
But right
he
here.
He turns around, and he looks at me. He checks me out. He wants to see.
He's sizing you up.
He was, absolutely.
He's sizing you up.
So right here,
I can't believe how close you are.
So it just decided.
But did you have anything on you? I guess you was just going to have to wrestle him if he started coming after you.
There's a knife right there.
Okay, I was about to say, because you got real close. But I want to know what's going through their mind when you stood up and walked off.
But when I stood up, I looked like a human, right? You see my point? I was trying to show if you look like an alligator, you can be an alligator.
The second you stood up, boom, they're gone.
Right.
And I just wanted to show the folks that because that was very interesting, and that was good. And that got, I want to say, over 1 million views from when I looked at it online. That was awesome. But I got to ask you another thing, going off of that to kind of getting into some more serious stuff now. Hurricane Harvey.
Oof.
That kind of puts you in a bind.
Oof.
From what I gathered, Hurricane Harvey, there were rumors that you had 300 plus gators or wherever. Everybody was saying they're going to wash out. They're going to wash out the park. This water's rising. Can you tell me your thoughts when all that was going on? I'm sure you were a little nervous.
It was tough. Me and Shannon had been together about a year.
Yeah.
And it really was. I mean, I had been through some rain floods, but nothing with torrential like Harvey, 51 inches of rain.
That's ridiculous.
In 3 days.
1,000-year flood or whatever.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we had a hard time back then. When Weather Channel and CNN and everybody was pressing me on how many alligators I lost, it really wasn't fair because we still were in a flood. Like, how do you want me to tell you?
But you did lose some.
Absolutely, I did.
Or a lot.
But here's the thing: I had meetings with all the who's of the government, here locally, and my thought was, even though we have 300,000 alligators here in Jefferson County, I can't tell people I'm losing alligators. On top of their stress with they're losing their house
and all that.
They can't. Nobody's got electricity. There's no way I can sit here and say, "I'm sorry, y'all, I just lost 200."
Yeah, there's 50 other ones out there, or 100 or whatever.
So what we did was we kept video. We put a lot of video out there. We were very transparent on what was going on, and we simply worked through it day by day. And the only way we had to count was when the water finally went down, and we could really count them. And
you have a count. You know how many you got total out there.
I have to, by law, by Texas.
You've got to know how many you have. How many did you end up losing,
Every
Gary?
time I bring an alligator in that I catch nuisance, I have to check it in with Parks and Wildlife. We ended up losing about 50 alligators, but here's the news. In 2 weeks, with all the nuisance calls, we caught 130. So tell me, did we catch the same alligators? Who knows?
You might have caught the same ones back again.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We were that busy. It never ended. We didn't sleep for a month and a half, more than 3 or 4 hours.
Right.
There was a constant call. Constant. Oh, and here's the bad thing. We get calls from Baytown. Oh, one of your alligators over here. Do you really think my alligator swam all the way to Baytown?
He did not go that dang far.
Damn.
He did not go that far. And Hurricane Harvey was scary. I remember, wasn't one of my brightest moments, but that was the year I decided to say, I don't want flood insurance. I'm going to gamble this year. I'm going to gamble this year, Gary. And I saw that water rising. I got all the way up to my door, and it never got in. And I said, but I told everybody, I said, well, hell, if I survive the 1,000-year flood, I don't need flood insurance.
Oh, yeah?
But I told myself,
I know where you're going.
I told myself, well, hang on. How crazy the world is now? I said, we'll have the 5,000-year flood next year, and I said, I'm getting flood insurance.
And you did.
I got flood insurance. It scared me enough to where I said, I don't want to mess with this again. I got lucky down here in Port Neches. 2018 was bad too.
That was worse for us.
2018.
I lost more alligators during that. That's when Big Tex got out.
Which one was that one?
Big Tex got out.
What was that? Was that
Imelda? Shannon?
Was it Imelda? Okay, I didn't know Imelda was that bad for y'all. It was worse than Harvey.
The Tex got out. He left.
Oh, no, that's scary.
Everybody was pressing me. Like every day the news media was coming by looking, right? And I want to be transparent, but we couldn't tell because we were still flooded. Well, the day the water finally receded.
You knew he was gone, though. Or somebody might have known he was gone. Anyway.
I couldn't have got on the stand and told you for sure he was gone.
Yeah.
However, did my gut as an alligator guy know?
You figured he might.
So,
yeah.
When the water went down, remember, this was during alligator hunting season.
Oh.
So he got out. Well,
oh, no.
And everybody wants to kill him.
That means he's open game, right?
That's exactly right. Right.
Oh, no.
So I had people calling me saying, look, I got tags right here, dude. Sorry about your luck. Like, really, like Fournette. Some guys in Fournette were doing that. I'm like, man, it's big tags, man. It's a world record.
You can't do that.
Oh, no, Fournette, Texas didn't give a damn.
There was people out there looking for him, I'm sure.
So on the 7th day, I'm at the hardware store buying some wood to fix a fence. On the 7th day, one of my interns called me and said, you ain't going to believe this. I had a pond on the outside of the fence that wasn't fenced. That sucker came back and got in that pond. Tell me he ain't spoiled.
So he wasn't far.
I guess not, but we watched his tracks come down I-10 in the ditch and come back and got in.
You went to see his tracks?
Yeah, you can see his tracks. We
He knew where he got fed.
That's exactly right.
He didn't get that big being dumb either.
But since then, the good news is we put up an 8-foot deer fence now. Yeah. So those worries are over with.
What? That's an awesome story. I did not know about that.
That's a true story.
Stepping away from gators for a second here. I also was doing some reading that you was in the military as well.
I did.
Appreciate your service.
I did a small stint in the Air Force.
Yeah, and you was in Germany, and so
Germany.
You've been around. You've seen the world and stuff like that. I was just curious of how you think your military background did it transition to this at all? Did it help you with anything? Maybe being patient with some of these animals and stuff like that. Because what you messing with these guys, I watch you, and you're calm. You're cool as a cucumber.
I don't know if I'm calm.
Well, it looks like it when I'm watching him, but I'm sure inside he's wound up. But I just didn't know if that military might have transitioned a little bit and to help you do what you do.
Well, let me say this about all I'm tell you about the military was good for me at that time in my life. It was a good discipline. And I'm going to share a very quick military thing.
No, that's fine.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is not from me. This is from another military commander that said this, and it made a ton of sense to me.
Yeah.
And I've used this for my family. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Every day you get out of that bed, you know what the most important thing to do is?
Pray.
Make your bed. And here's why.
That too.
Because no matter what happens at the rest of the day, you just won. You accomplished something right there when you did that. I don't care how bad that day is at the end of the day. You won.
You made your bed.
You made your bed and you won.
Yep.
And that's a struggle because you walk, you say, I'll make it later. I won't make it. No. You make that bed and you won your first part of the day.
That's how to start off a day.
That's how you start your day. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You know?
That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to take that lesson. I don't know if my bed's made right now, so I might need
not, by the way.
He said, I already seen that. All right, I need to get on that then.
Yeah.
But
I'll make your bed for you.
But no, that's good stuff. And I was also going to ask you, now we're going to go back to gators. I just wanted to get away from a little bit. Why is it so important for these gators that you do find to come back to your place instead of, say, a game warden getting it? Where's it going when that game warden getting it? Does he work with you a little bit and say, Gary, I got one? Or do they do their own thing when a game warden catches a gator? I didn't know if y'all work hand in hand or how that even works.
No, we do a lot with Texas Parks and Wildlife. I mean, we've been through some bumps and roads over 20 years, but when I tell you, they've become important to us, and we've become
y'all help each other out.
We've done a lot of things for them we kind of had to keep quiet. Just trust me that we work very well together.
Yeah.
Not only that, we have our alligator park in Natchitoches, Louisiana too,
okay.
And Shannon works really well with the Louisiana Fish and Game folks.
Uh-huh.
But as far as Texas Parks and Wildlife, we've really done some cool stuff together. Like we've had to move alligators literally from under people's noses that didn't even know they were there. Like we've had some things happen that we just didn't say anything about.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, we work really well together.
I
now
figured
it wasn't always that way.
There's some bumps, I'm sure, that y'all.
Oh, at first, look here, read the book. I put it out there in the book. Yeah.
It wasn't all friendly at first.
Not at first, because they didn't really think that was who I said I was.
Yeah.
They were thinking I was going to hustle the alligator meat or the skins or the
trying to get something out.
Trying to get money out of that.
Yeah.
But after the years went by, they were like, okay, look, this guy's trying to do the right thing.
No, and I was going to also ask you, Gary, is there a feeling of like gratitude when you do rescue one? When you're done with it, like take a deep breath. Okay, man, we got this thing out of a bind. We helped these people out of a bind. And I just didn't know how you're feeling after a rescue.
For me, it's like this, man. I need you to understand. We run 6 of us. There's 6 nuisance folks that are at Gator Country. We run these big trucks and trailers down the roads, chasing these alligators, moving them out of harm's way. Yeah. For me, I am very, very happy that we've never had a bad incident in Jefferson County while it's been our watch. If we have mercies and Shannon will go one way, catch one here, I'll go here. What I'm saying is, when those situations are really dangerous, I'm not talking about a 3-foot alligator that's going to eat your horse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
I'm talking about a real legitimate, 8-foot alligator under a house where there's kids. I mean, we pride ourselves on getting there and doing that as fast as we can.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, and whoever's listening to Jefferson County we do 5 different counties, but if you got an alligator in your pond, folks, that is not an emergency. He'll be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got one under your staircase, that's different.
Yeah, if you got one in your swimming pool that got in there, that's a little different too.
That's right. I agree.
But if it's in its natural habitat.
Yeah, give me a minute. Yeah. We'll be there, but we need a little time.
Yeah.
People don't understand. We'll get 10 calls a day.
And do you go by priority, Gary? Do you say, hang on, there's an 8-footer, the 3-foot the 3-footer might have called me earlier, but this is I'm gonna go get that later.
No question. We have a board that our call-in lady at the gift shop keeps, and there's a board, and we rate it on how dangerous it is,
How
where
big
it's at,
is it, what's it
how
doing.
big is it. So we look at all these, and we really do. There's 6 or 7 of us that look at this thing and say, okay, we got to do this one now. And so I mean, if you get, for example, we've caught so many alligators at 2 or 3 in the morning up for Port Arthur PD, Bridge City. If that alligator's in the middle of the road and it's stopping traffic, we got to get there.
That's priority.
That's priority. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's yeah. I didn't know any. This is just unreal information, man, that I'm getting from you. And going back to y'all's sanctuary, I was thinking last night about this. Is there a limit? Is there ever a time where you say, guys, we can't take any more gators? We're maxed out, and I don't know what that number is. It could be 200. It could be 300. You do have to have a max, I guess, at some point. Otherwise, you're overflowing. And is that a thing?
Well, what would happen is you're going to have, especially during mating season, you're going to have all these fights. They're going to rip off tails and arms and legs. Listen, there is no secret. When you walk around the Beaumont Park, you're going to know we're crowded, and we are. And here's the thing. I'm going to catch another 200 this coming season. So we've got our feelers out. We're trying to open up new parks. We're trying to send alligators to more zoos. We do that. But at some point, I'm going to ask you and your viewers, at some point, what is the answer?
What is the answer to that? It's like, do you release some to like?
Hold on, let me talk about releasing.
I don't even know if that's a thing.
Here's the thing: if that alligator's been hand fed, it cannot be released. If you go to a pond and the alligator ducks down and you don't see it, he's being an alligator, right? But if you splash that water and that alligator's coming at you,
he's been fed most likely, or
ain't no most likely.
Yeah.
So that's the point that we're at right now. After 20 years of doing this, we do have a lot of alligators. So now we're thinking, okay, what do we do now?
Right.
We have the same question you do.
Okay.
Right now.
No, guys, y'all heard that. What do you do?
What do you do?
What do we do for Gary on that? And that's the thing is like, so you deal with thousands of tourists a year. You see all these people come in from all over. You've probably seen some pretty dumb stuff. Have you seen some tourists do some dumb stuff where Gary's like, hang on. I ain't going to jump on that gator. I'm going to jump on this guy because he's getting way too close to this thing. Do you ever have to come in there and say, hey, you're being a dummy. Quit doing that. So you kind of got to feel like you got to babysit a little bit too sometimes when you're there and this is going on.
You know, we have all these rails and these nice decks and everything. And of course, they're fenced in so the kids can't reach through it. However, I have seen grown adults take babies and
no, they don't put them over that ledge.
Not over, but they'll sit them on there and then turn around. Ain't got no hands. Look, these ain't chihuahuas. These are alligators, and I mean big alligators.
And that baby, that's just a little appetizer. If that thing falls in the water, don't do that.
My nightmare, man.
And people really get close with that. Do you have to? I'm sure you stop what you're doing and like, hey, get that baby. First of all, get that baby away from this.
Every one of our staff members goes nuts, and I approve it. Call them whatever you need to call them
to get them out of there.
Yeah. But we have seen that more than one time.
That's good. I was just thinking in my head when you had it. I was thinking of like Michael Jackson. Remember when he did that with his baby? He was holding it over the rails like that, like it was nothing.
Yeah, right.
Like it was nothing. But
no, we do. We throw a fit over that.
So that's what I was about to say. I'm sure you see some crazy, goofy stuff. But I was going to ask you on a gator. You always hear the advice, Gary, just in case I ever get in this bind. If something's chasing, if you see me running, somebody's probably got a knife after me. I'm not going to be running too much. But if a gator happens to be chasing me, Gary, there is that.
Let me take.
I don't know if it's a wives' tale. You know where I'm going.
Let me take this from here.
Do you already know where I'm going with this?
No matter where I'm at, whatever state I am in this country, everybody wants to know what you just asked.
You know what I'm about to ask.
Everybody wants to know, how do you get away from an alligator if it's chasing you?
You're supposed to zigzag.
Is that right?
Is what?
Well, let me tell you something
what
about
they
zigzag.
say.
You told me you was looking me up a little bit on this thing.
Yeah.
There's a show called Mythbusters that was done on Discovery Channel years ago. It's a little bit older show.
Yeah, I know Mythbusters.
Anyway, they called me back around 2013 or so and said, hey, would you mind helping us dispel this rumor? I said, what's the rumor?
Uh-oh.
He said, well, if an alligator's chasing you, you zigzag and get away, right? I said, I don't know.
You said, really?
They said, well, can we come down to your park and get an alligator to chase you? I thought, you know what? It's national TV. Let's do it. So they came in. They flew into Houston. We picked them up, and we drove them to Fournette there at the Gator Country. And it was during nesting season where the moms are real aggressive. You know, you've heard about the eggs and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So this mama alligator is by this nest. And I got over there, and they got their cameras ready. And I made her really mad. And I took off, zigzagging. I was working it. The third time I zigged, she zagged, bit me on my left foot like to broke my ankle. Don't do that.
So the zigzagging, I had that in the back of my mind. If I ever get in a bind, to just zigzag, and I got it.
Well, let me ask you this. We talked about their vision earlier. So if you're zigzagging, they're seeing you better.
You might as well run a straight line and get out of there. Or climb a tree.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about climb a tree.
Don't tell me they'll climb a tree,
These
Gary.
animals have been around for 350 million years.
Gary, don't tell me they're climbing
They
that
got
tree.
no problem waiting on you for 3 or 4 weeks to come out the tree. Don't climb a tree.
Oh, they're just going to sit right there.
That's right.
They
They can go without eating for a year. So
Yeah. I can't go 30 minutes, so they're going to get me.
To get away from an alligator when he's chasing you and your wife is to trip your wife. Where's your wife?
I hope Shannon didn't hear that. Wherever Shannon's at right now, I hope she didn't hear that. No, but that's awesome. But Gary, I know everybody knows you as the Gator guy. You're a man of many talents, but what's some of the other hobbies you got? Everybody and even myself, we know you as Gators, but is there times when things are slowing down, they may see you on the golf course, or you may be riding in a boat or racing or whatever you got going on? What's some of the other things you like to do when you're not wrestling these dinosaurs?
I like to do my wife. But I'm just what?
Well, wherever Shannon's at, she's gonna like that too.
Anyway,
okay.
I'm just joking. No, I'm not just joking. But here's the deal.
Hey, this isn't G-rated, so we're good. We're good.
No, I like that. I do. We do play golf. It's funny you mentioned that. Me and Shannon hit golf. Now we ain't no good at it.
No, neither am I.
But we
I'm
do
with
hit
you.
the golf ball. We like to hunt and fish. We
Okay.
take a lot of trips doing that. Hey, we went on a cruise last week. I'll never do that again. When you get ready
Not
to
much
get
of
off,
a cruise guy?
no sir. When you get ready to get off that boat, guess what?
I feel like I'd be kind of wobbling a little bit.
No, we tried that. Now we did go down to Key West last month. That was fun.
That was fun?
Key West was nice.
But that's what I just didn't know what you're, if this is full time, or if you're doing anything on the side too. If you got some other side gigs
let me say
going
that. I'm
on.
glad you did. Of course, I'm almost finished writing the second book.
I remember you telling me about your books.
And then me and Shannon, we saved our money. We built us a new house a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we add on. We doing a lot of stuff. She decided she wants to make a wedding venue out of that. That's cool. We're making a wedding venue.
Okay.
Out of the new house. It's beautiful. It's like a big lodge.
Yeah.
So we work a lot around the house, and I got to say this. I don't want to go too much into it, but I had a couple years ago. I had a really bad health scare, and woke up on a helicopter, life flighted.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, I did decide right then and there. Now don't get me wrong. My daughter Callie runs all 3 of our parks financially. She knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
If something happened to me and Shannon, Callie knows how to take care of everything.
Yep.
But we've hired some kids that we've trained for the last couple of years that have gotten really good. As a matter of fact, they're really big on social media now. Eddie and Kat.
I'm gonna have to look them up.
They're doing a really good job.
So are they the future?
They are. There's no question. I'm glad you said that. They will be the next 20, 25 years. My daughter Callie and Eddie and Kat will be the future of Gator Country.
I'd like to follow their. You said they're on social media.
Oh, I'd love for you to have. You need to have Eddie in one night.
I sure will.
He is. I pretty much put him in. Just said go.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had him in culverts. Shannon and him caught an alligator when I had my surgery, and you'll have to look that video up. He was in a culvert, and Shannon was having to just talk him through it. She ended up roping. It was a 9.5 foot alligator. But anyway, yeah, we'll have to do that. That's the future. And my thought is, I've been around a lot of guys. Didn't have the pleasure to be around Steve Irwin, but Jeff Corwin and all those guys that
You've met those guys.
Yes, all those guys are what we do. And my thought, me and Shannon talked about it. We want this thing to keep going for generations after me and her.
Yeah.
And to bring in these young kids has been probably one of the best things I've ever done.
That's pretty cool because you're kind of like you said, you're bringing on the future. You're educating all these people to do this. Absolutely. Because if you don't do that, then it kind of dies down. And
well, it will. And what happens is there's one word that hurts these guys that don't pass it along. It's called pride. They want to have the fame. They want to do this until they're 80, 90, or dead. Me and Shannon, we're watching these kids grow, and seriously,
And that's got to be pretty cool to see.
it is. It really is, and I'm very proud of what Shannon and I have done with these kids. I can tell you this: if something happens to us, Gator Country's in good shape.
And that's really awesome to hear, man. And so we're getting close to finishing up here, but Gary, I wanted you to let everybody know that's watching where they can find you, your different socials, the shows, and all the information if you wanted to just, let everybody know where they can find you.
Let me cover this real
quick. And the books. You got some books.
I do. The books are on every bookstore you could possibly imagine. So it's called Scales and Scars by Gary Saurage. The road shows. Let's talk about the road shows real quick. We didn't even really get into that.
Yep.
Shannon and I have been doing tours for 10 years now. We do lights, fog, music. Just trust me, this is a really cool show.
Mm-hmm.
We're at Reliance Stadium. We're at the Fort Worth Civic Center. We do a deal with Texas Trophy Hunters tour every year.
Yeah.
This year we start off in South Padre Island. By the way, we didn't even talk about that. We have another park down in South Padre Island at the birding center there with the alligators.
Yeah.
So we'll start in February with our road show. We go through the whole year. We end up in Baton Rouge in October. So you guys can follow our roadshow tour, and those are a lot of fun to come to. Those are live shows.
I would like to make an appearance there for sure and come see y'all.
Those are really, really cool. They're always packed, man.
Yeah.
I'm packed to the gills.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go to one of our parks. Shannon and I do visit. We do go by. We haven't just stepped out of everything. Her and I still catch 50 alligators a year. We do that because we like it, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
And, man, I just wanted to say, Gary, it was really a pleasure meeting you for the first time.
It had to be the funnest show you ever had.
This was a good dang show. And let me tell you, you just went off and I like talking and you like talking just as much as me. So this was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It was nice meeting you. And what I want to say is, and before we wrap up this show today, I got to show some love to some more sponsors. Mr. Piggin' Out Pork Kebabs with Mr. Reed Guidry. They've been serving Southeast Texas for over 25 years, hitting local events, festivals, refineries, and more, often imitated but never duplicated. They're best known for their legendary pork kebabs, but the menu has grown to include mouthwatering jambalaya, pit smoked beans, and the fan favorite chicken bacon ranch kebab. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Piggin' Out Pork, and go on and try for yourself the best damn pork kebabs in Texas. Also, finally, last but not least, Mr. Clean Cans with Mr. Kyle Stutz. Because your trash can is secretly a bacteria party and you don't want to attend, rotting food, dirty diapers, and pet waste can create the perfect breeding ground for germs and foul odor. That's where Clean Cans comes in. Their state-of-the-art system blasts away dirt and grime and kills 99.9% of bacteria living in your trash cans. If you have to hold your nose when you take out the trash, you need Clean Cans. Check them out at cleancansstx.com or call 409-550-8728. Holler at my boy Kyle Stutz and tell him the house cat sent you. Thanks, guys. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Right. And one of those is this episode. So
we'll see you later, alligator.
That's what I'm talking about. See you later, alligator. But this has been episode 2 of season 2. And Gary, like I said, if you need an extra, don't forget about me. I don't mind getting in a gator suit. Just make sure they're no bigger than my hand out there that I'm messing with. But please like, subscribe, follow the channel. I love doing this. I love all you guys. And stay tuned next week on the Litterbox. Love you guys.
Go
Be good.
Texans.
Let's go Texans. Come on, baby.